Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasmin, and on this channel we talk about everything you need to know about traveling. But today we are doing something different because we are talking about my personal life. I want to let you guys in a little bit about my personal life, and I think this is the right moment to do it since it's the end of the year, and I'm like, let me just put this video out, right? And then tell people about things that I've been through, and then I overcame this year, right? So the thing that I want to talk about is quarter life crisis. Quarter life, so when you turn 25 and the crisis that come with it. Some people know like the middle age crisis, so when women and men turn about like 40, they start acting weird and stuff. Yeah, we experienced that too, as like someone that just turned, I turned 25 in May, but I was experiencing that actually last year. So around that time last year, in December or last year when I was 24, I was already feeling that 20 quarter life crisis. So, and then I brought that to into 21, and then now I'm like 2022 coming up, and I'm trying to do a self-assessment, and I'm realizing that I overcame it, and I'm like, okay, is it time for me to share with people like what is quarter life crisis, what are things that are happening around that time, and how to overcome. So let's get right into it. So let's talk. So what is quarter life crisis? Like, what is it? So I'll put like the Google or Wikipedia definition right there or up here, like right here, I don't know. So I'll put like the definition right there, and I will tell you like what is my definition of quarter life crisis. So my definition of it is like, you reach that age between 24 and 25 where you feel confused. You feel confused about everything. You don't know about yourself. You're trying to learn about yourself, but kind of lost about it. You feel stuck, like stuck everywhere, like career-wise, your life, things are not moving the way they're supposed to be moving. You're questioning a lot of things. And because of social media, you also feel like people are always doing better than you, or you feel like you don't belonging, you're supposed to do more, but you're not doing enough. So that was my definition of like what is like quarter life crisis. And then from speaking to friend, I'm not gonna put your name out there, so don't worry. So speaking to a friend and my sibling, I have a twin brother, both the same age, right? And the thing that he's going through, his friends also, and my friend, I realized that we're all going through this quarter life crisis, especially people that went to college, right? We get out of college, like when you're in college, we like college deal, like you need to be in college, and then when you get out, like you find a job right there, and then it's like things. That's why you spend 4 years in college to do this job, and then you're doing it now. First of all, you go to that period, okay, I'm done with college. You get out of college and be like, okay, what's next, right? And then you can take your time to find jobs. You know, people that find jobs right out of college, probably people that went to the medical field or engineering, was a specific what it's supposed to do, so they go out here like they found it. The rest of us, we kind of like, okay, I know what is deal with my skills, so I can work here, and then you start applying and you get denial, then you get one yes, right, or 2 yeses, and then you like start your career there. And then you find out like, okay, this is not fulfilling. Like I thought like it would be this, I thought I would like it, but I'm not liking it, and I feel like I'm stuck because that's what I went to school for, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So what I would do in this video, I will try to touch like specific points of like quarter life crisis that were affecting me or still affecting my friends, and then how I will give you like things like tips on how I overcame those things. And if you see me look down, it's because I'm looking at my note. I'm trying to do this thing without like a note and be like, okay, but like, let's be honest, I need my notes so I can keep track of what's going on. So the first thing that I want to talk about is like mentally. So mentally, like I felt trapped. I felt like, oh my gosh, I was going to this thing like, okay, so I'm not traveling anymore because I traveled twice this year, but I still felt like when I was traveling, it wasn't the same. And then mentally I was trapped. I feel like I needed something more. Like I feel like I wasn't fulfilled at work, right? The work that I was doing wasn't bringing me joy anymore. Like, I need to change career wise. I need to change it because like I started this thing and this is not what I was expecting. Like, or when you start applying for jobs, like sometimes you don't find what you want to do, you find out something that is close to what you want to do, right? And you take it because you be like, okay, this is a stepping stone. Like once I take it, and then I already got like the experience, because all these people asking you for 2 years experience. I just graduate, sir. Why you ask me to 2, 3, 4 years experiences? So we kind of take those jobs to get like experiences, like so boom. So now you're there, you feel trapped, you feel not fulfilled, you feel like co-workers, the environment is kind of phony. And then mentally I was trapped. Also, I was living in a city that I didn't care for. Like I don't care for the weather. I wasn't doing anything fun there. My friends weren't even there. Like most of my friends were like they were in different cities, so they weren't like in a city that, because I went to school there, I grew up there, and then most of the friends that I made while I was in college, they weren't living in that city. They were living in a different city. Or people that I met when I was 30 abroad, our friend, like they were like in a different country, or like so it was kind of hard. So it's like it doesn't, like there's nothing that maintain me here. The only reason I'm here is because of my family, and also I have this job. But the job is not fulfilling. So anyways, so in this thing I was feeling really, really trapped. And then this is what I feel like about people. Like most of my friends, like we go to that period where we're mentally exhausted. We mentally like we keep thinking, what's next? What's the next step for me? Like people are doing better, people are in career that they love, like, and then you doing this job, like just, I mean, it's good, the pay was super good. I think that's where I learned that money doesn't buy anything, because I was making good money but I wasn't happy. So yeah, let's talk about that. Another thing about quarter life crisis is like expectation. Society has an expectation when you turn 25. Like they want you to have everything figured out. Like, because when we were 18, we thought like people that were like 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, they had everything figured out. And then like I'm 25 now and I'm looking at those people, even people that are 30, I'm like, you don't have it figured out, you still trying to figure out. Some of us have things messed up, we make a lot of mistakes, and then it's time for us to learn, So I was feeling really trapped and stuff like that. Then I was okay, first things first, I need to like figure out, like put a list of things. What's this bothering me? Because I was on my head a lot of time. I was on my head. I didn't want to go out. I just wanted to stay. I'm like, I'm not doing something. I feel like I don't have the job that I'm doing. I'm not fulfilling that. I don't feel my purpose in life. It was really bad. So I'll put like another expectation that society have on us, like especially women. At 25, we are expected to be like at least engaged, married, with kids. I mean, many planning, not having kids right now, but planning to have kids. That's the expectation, right? And then we are also expected to having like a thriving career, especially like women nowadays. Us, we like career driven. Like we are booming, especially black women. Kudos to us. We are booming right now. We're doing great in education wise. We're doing great like career wise. So we are all this persona, independent women. I can do whatever I want. I can buy anything I need, but we also not fulfilled. So we're chasing career. Society want us to chase husbands. We also need to get married. We also need to buy a house. So all this thing comes like to like causing this trauma when you're 25. And most of us don't. Well, when I was having a conversation with a friend, it was like, it's like there's this big expectation and this fear to like not reaching like your full potential. That's what we're experiencing when we're 25. Like we feel like, okay, like am I doing what I'm supposed to do? If I'm not doing, then I need to do it right now. Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? And then also there's like, am I supposed to go back to school? So if the job is not fulfilling, it's not helping me, maybe I failed in school, maybe I didn't pick the right major, like, maybe I need to go for more school, right? And then there's also this thing about like, oh, a 9 to 5 is not good. A 9 to 5, you need to do more. You're working for the white man. Okay, even if I want to have my own business, I need something like to pay the bills right now. So I need that job, right? I need this job. So don't bash us that work 9 to 5. Please stop doing that. So I'll tell people, they like this society for like, okay, you need to have a 9 to 5, you also need to work on your side hustle, you need to be running businesses and stuff, and then we all feel like we're not doing enough, and then this thing is just like messing up with our mental health. And then the only way I got out, the reason why I got out of this mental state of mind, and then like I feel like, okay, I need to live in the present and then enjoy what I have, and then stop worrying about things that I don't have right now, because God will provide, is because I met God. God came into my life when I needed him the most, when I was at my lowest point, when like I thought like mental illness, like feeling like feel like you don't belong here. I never feel like killing myself, right? It's just about that. Like I never thought about that, but I felt like I didn't want to do anything. I just felt like super depressed. Like, so having God was like the hope, like it was the way for me, and it was helping me. Like, okay, here's the solution. He's like the only answer to all the things that I'm going through right now. So I needed to list down things that was affecting me. So I was like, boom, woman expectation. I need to be married right now. Them men, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. They just want a pretty girl, but they want to cheat on you. They want to do this, and I'm like, the fact that I got God, like I wanted a godly man. So right now, God gave me a godly man, right? So I'm appreciative of that, right? So, but at the time I didn't have that. So all I had was like those men that weren't godly, that was just showing up. And then, like, be like, okay, when you got discernment, you be like, I don't want that. So I'm like, nope, I don't want it, right? So loneliness were attacking me. Career, I keep talking about career because it is career. I mean, I was good, making money, but I wasn't happy. It wasn't fulfilling. I felt like I wasn't on my purpose, and I needed to do more. And I see people like talking about like 9 to 5 is not good. You need to have a side hustle. And I'm like, okay, what's gonna be my side hustle? Like, I wasn't even fulfilling the place I was, but I was looking for a side hustle. Like, God, thank God for fulfillment, right? And there's this thing about I never wanted to be the person that wanted to have kids out of wedlock, right? Because my friend are having kids right now, so I need to jump on there, got kids out of wedlock. So it wasn't that, but I started feeling that I need to take care of something. So guess what? I got a puppy, I got a dog, like, which is huge responsibility that I wasn't ready for it. I'm appreciative of that right now. I have the love, like he gives me all the love that I need. I love this dog. But at the moment, I don't know if that was a solution, right? But I felt like I needed to take care of something. I wanted something to depend on me. And then that's what I got. I got a puppy. But right now, it brought me that responsibility where I was like, that triggered me again. It's like, okay, before, the way I used to escape my responsibility, escape like the stress that I was going through, was like traveling all the time. But now that I'm out of college, I'm like fully working, like for like the past years, since 2020, 2021, I've been a full-time worker and stuff like that. You can't really live, like you have to have like vacation time. And also, if I want to live, I need to make sure that my dog, if it's someone that I trust, or like puppy daycare. And then for me, I need to be like, traveling was with no like this, I'll be traveling. But now I think so much about like who's gonna take care of the dog, and then when I'm traveling, I also thinking about the dog. I miss the dog, so that's a responsibility that I put into myself because I was going through that quarter life crisis. Another thing is marriage. So I was talking about like dating life and stuff like that, and then like not feeling like fulfilled, and like not feeling like godly men on my way and stuff like that, and then I feel like I need to get married, but like they're not the right person. So I literally like closed that part. I didn't really focus too much on that. I know some people it'll affect them during the quarter life crisis. They feel like, oh, I need to be married. Oh, my friend ain't getting married right now, and I want to be wearing so we. I wasn't really focusing too much on that, but I know my mom was asking me like, oh, you're getting there, who are you talking to? And I'm like, no, right now I'm not talking to anybody, try to focus on myself. I'm like, okay, but you know, you're getting on that age, you know, you need to have kids. You know, women, we have this biological clock that is in earth, like, you know, we need to start having kids, or it's like become more complicated and all that. But because I love God, and I feel like God will provide anything like when it's needed. Every time, everything depends on God. Like if God doesn't want me to be married right now and have kids right now, then that's it. So once it's gonna be the time for it, it's gonna be the moment for it, then it will come. So I really wasn't stressed about that part. So another thing, what else? Friendship. Let's talk about friendship. I feel like for us women, I'm not gonna focus more on men. I feel like for us women, like when you start growing into your womanhood and then you start going to your like quarter life crisis, you're trying to figure out who are your real friends. Like who are your real friends? Because you feel like things that were binding you and your college friends no longer binding you. Like, you know, you guys don't have no same classes anymore because you're not in school anymore. You guys don't have the same career. You're not living in the same city. You used to party so much, like now we don't party. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like there's like you find like there's nothing in common with you and your friend anymore. Like it's rare because it wasn't based on something genuine. It was more based on a common interest. And now we got no longer that common interest. It's kind of hard to have this tight friendship, right? I feel like my friendship now with people is more like, oh, how you doing? Good. And then I'm more of I was like the wild one when I was in college, but now I became now the wise one. So when I talk with people, like they'll be like, hey, I started this career of modeling, and I'll be like, hey, it's good. I love what you're doing great, but make sure you have a backup plan. What is your backup plan? You need to have a backup plan because when you hit like maybe 30, like with those influencers right now, maybe they're not gonna be looking at you. So what is your backup? Or like I have friends that still don't know their purpose in life. They're like, yeah, you know what? I don't know my purpose in life. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, you know, maybe I left school early. I didn't graduate it, or I graduated, but like with the major that I really don't know what to do. And I'd be like giving like advices, like maybe trying to find what you're good at, and maybe you can start from it, or like start with a firm or like a company and then see what you like about that company. If you don't like it, switch company till you find something that you like. That's what I would tell them. So I kind of became like more wise, like try to help people, like, okay, this is like, because I don't believe like you should just sit there and then life will get it figured out for you. Like, no, that's not how life works. You have to like move. You have to move. You have to find your own happiness. You'll find your own purpose, and then so things can work out. You can just sit there and think everything gonna get resolved. Like, no, you also have to put some actions. Yeah. Responsibilities. Yes, is another thing about quarter life crisis, because you'll be like, okay, this job is not fulfilling, and then I want to leave, or this relationship that I have, I want to leave. Like, I believe in like no sex before marriage, so you shouldn't be living with some people. Some people like will live and they still live with anybody till you marry, right? But I have friends that are in relationship where they live with the person, they know like it's not fulfilling. They want like they need to leave the relationship, but they stay just because of the kids, or they stay because they share bills. So they be like, okay, I have this responsibility to pay the bills, like, you know, it's gonna be too much on me, so I need to stay with the person. So that can also affect someone, you know, like when you're 25. You think you have everything figured out, but you actually don't. That's the thing. I'll go back to that, right? And then let me go back now. Like now I feel like I talked a lot about things I was going. So basically that's what things I was going through. And then let me talk about the solution that helped me overcome like my quarter life crisis. The first thing, I moved out of state. I was like, I need a breath of fresh air. I need to start new, and I needed to leave. So I left my city. I left my town when I grew up and went to school at, I left, started fresh in a new city. All right. I switched career. Like, I feel like if I wasn't fulfilling there, I'm not gonna keep going to that. Like, it's crazy us. We know we don't like something, and then we'll keep applying to those kind of jobs because we need the money at the moment. So I have some savings, right? So I have some savings, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll leave this job. I'll go to New York, and I'll leave this. I'll leave my town. I'll move to a new town, which is now Dallas. Yes, and then I'll find a job. But I was applying to the jobs that I was already comfortable. I was already used to, even though I didn't like that environment. I was kind of like, okay, this is what I know. Like, I know, like, when they look at my resume, they will accept me in this role because that's what I've been playing for years now. So yes, so I kept applying to it, and then I got job interviews and stuff like that. And then once I came here, I was like, yeah, you're not gonna keep repeating things, because that's the reason why you're still in this like quarter life crisis. You're not gonna keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right? So I was okay. I'm not gonna like, even though they were calling me and I put interviews, I did some interview. I'm like, okay, let me stop that. I will no longer apply to jobs that I don't want to do, and then I will just do it for the money, or just because I started there, so that's what I need to stay at. I started applying to jobs that I kind of wanted to see myself doing, right? I also, in the meantime, I had to like be humble with myself. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be sitting at home and not doing anything while I'm waiting for a job that I will feel fulfilled at, right? So what I would do, I have a car. What I can do, I was like, okay, I can do Uber, or I can do that DoorDash and stuff like that. So I started to do Uber because I don't like people around me or that thing. So I did Uber Eats and I do DoorDash and stuff like that. So I was getting some money while I still had time to apply to like the jobs I actually wanted in the meantime when I was waiting. So it took me like a good 1 month or 2 months to get actually the job that I'm currently doing, and I love it. But in the meantime, I didn't want to just sit at home and use my savings. I'm like, I need to do something. So I was like, I have a bachelor degree, but it's okay. I'll be out there. I'll be like getting some money, and I was making good money. Like, those people make good money. Respect them. Like, I was making good money. Yeah, and I wasn't even working a lot, like, so I mean, I'm a nice neighborhood and stuff like that, so they were tipping great. So yeah, I was doing that, putting pride aside, and then like while I'm focusing on things that I want to do, then this is the money I'll get, right? Another thing was reducing social media. I feel like social media before, like people used to compare themselves to just to the neighbors. Oh, do you see what the neighbor got? They got a new car. Oh, you see the neighbor daughter? She is married now. Oh, you see cousin, and she's married now. Oh, she's having kids now. Now we're comparing ourselves to our neighbors, to our high school friends, her college friends, random people that we don't even know, celebrity that are here telling us like, yo, girl, you should be getting the bag. Like, you should be working, not asking a man to give you a bag. Like, that's all that things sound like mild prostitution to me, but it's okay. This is a society, okay, right? So social media, I feel like I reduced social media. I started following a lot of people, a lot of things like the shade room, Borough Alert, all that thing, because basically they were promoting like craziness. So I'm like, I need to follow those people, those websites and stuff. And people like on my social media that like I knew from high school, or most likely people that I knew from high school. Then I'm like, I'm no longer a friend with them. We have no longer things in common. And then when you see them on social media, it's always like drama, and then this is not your life. So I was like, okay, I'll remove these people from my newsfeed because this is not the energy that I want to see. And then by the grace of God, maybe one day I'll be able to remove myself from like Facebook and like Instagram one day. I think by the grace of God, because it's hard, but it's good to like be like self-control and be like, okay, I'm spending too much time on like my social media now. What I need to do, I need to like have a purpose. I need to do something. Another thing is stop comparing yourself to other. Like, I feel like we all have different destiny. We have different journey in this world, like, so comparing herself with others, be like, oh, she's engaged right now, and I'm not even talking to someone right now. Like, I feel like people should stop doing that, like, because you have your own journey, and you don't know what's the plan for God for you. You don't know what's the plan for God for you. So stop comparing and looking. Maybe get engaged. You don't know if they're gonna get engaged for 5 years or 10 years, and maybe someone will come like 2 years from now, he proposed to you, and 2 months later you guys are married, and then those people being like engaged for forever, right? Or they be engaged to people that they don't even actually know, right? That probably wasn't their husband biblically. So I'm telling you that. And then I feel also people should look into, like, when you're 25, you should actually learn about financial literacy. That's an important thing, like, not just spend money just because we are seeing on social media, not because Facebook is recommending us, Amazon is recommending us, TikTok is recommending us, that we feel like, okay, because I see it, then I need to have it. We all need to start being like financially smart, like invest into yourself, invest into stock, and then like be smart about how you spend your money, like literally, so you don't be like working like when you like 67, 68, when everybody's supposed to retire, you're still working crazy because you weren't able to achieve anything, right? Talking about achievement, that's something that affects us when we go into a quarter life crisis. Also is like accomplishment. What am I accomplished right now? 25. What I have to show. Relax, you're only 25, you just started. That's how I have to tell myself, you just started, right? You got a car, that's good. You're a bachelor, that's good. It's okay. That's where you are right now. That's what you got, right? You traveled so many countries. Like, I know 15, 16 countries you've been to. Like, some people only been to the US and never left the US. So you should be grateful of that, right? Now God gave me a godly man, so I appreciate it for that right now. Amen. So I feel like quarter life is something that we all have to go through, and then those are the things that I think that can help you. Like I say, start comparing yourself, reduce social media, stop trying to get things that you don't have the money for it. I tell people, if you cannot purchase something 5 times, don't buy it. So financially smart. Another thing is like stop applying to jobs that actually don't fulfill you. You don't like it, stop applying to them just because they're showing up to you. You applying, and nope, stop applying to that. Check your mental health. Read books. Have a amazing relationship with God. Like, if anything you can take out of this video is like, try to find your purpose. Like we all have a purpose in life, and it's more spiritual wise that I think than like physically, like material things that we're supposed to do, accomplishment we have to do. We have a purpose. Find God, spiritually be growing, right? That will be helping you. And then actually self-assessed. I feel like self-assessment is an amazing thing that everybody should do, like every 3 months. That's something I was doing, like every 3 months. So I have a big list of goals that I want to accomplish each year. I have that, and every 3 months I'm trying to see that where I am, like where I accomplished or what I'm working on. Self-assessment is also good with like what am I good at, what I'm not good at, what is my strength, what is my qualities, what people like about me, what people hate about me, and what I can work on. Also about like working on your own self. Like, I found like going to the gym help you so much. It's not about the physical part of it. It's actually keep you mentally strong. So try to do that. If you have to go to the gym, like go to the gym, pray, meditate, go to the gym, read books, read the Bible, do anything. But when you're 25, don't feel like you're a failure because doing things that your friend are doing right now. You feel like you're behind. Like, no, you're not. We all have our own journey on this earth, and yours probably not here yet, but I'm pretty sure there's someone always behind you. Like, there's always someone that's doing better than you, and then someone that always doing worse than you. So be appreciative of what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Work with what you have so you can work for and accomplish things for the future. Like, you need to appreciate the time, right? That's why that helped me a lot. Like, I need to appreciate the present. I be with family. Like, knowing like everything is not material things, right? Material things don't help. I tell people that material things is nothing. It's more like making memories with people, making memories with family, making memories with yourself. Like, go out by yourself, go out on a date, take you out on a date. Like, you don't need someone to come into your life to take you out on a date. Go out, do that. Like, you know, travel if you can. That those are the investment that you can do, like, for yourself. And then that's how I overcame my quarter life crisis. Like, I'm happy. 2021 about to be done. I had a lot of ups and downs, but more ups than anything, because by the grace of God, right? He came into my life and everything went like, okay, we're doing good. Everything's like mentally is like, okay, good. So thank you guys again for watching this video. I know it was kind of long, but I had to go through it, and hopefully this video helping someone out there, someone that used to be like, someone that is going through this quarter life crisis, someone that that is depressed, that feel like they don't have a purpose in life. I hope this video is helping you. And yes, feel free to interact with me in the comments if you have any question on how I overcame my quarter life crisis. And this is the end of the video. Okay guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with all your friends.